And we'll start up our Facebook. You do not have permission to live stream. Well, hold on a second, folks. Let me get out of this and let me redo it. And I may have just set it up too early. Let me see. I do not have permission to live stream. Let's see if I have permission to live stream now. Paste. There. Paste. There we go. A paste. Okay, now go live. Let's see. There we go. See, now it's okay. Sometimes if I set it up too early to go onto Facebook, it doesn't do it right. It says that I don't have permission and whatever. But here we go. And that gave a lot of people time to join us as well, because now we have, including myself, 10 people ready to go. Okay, here we go with our Monday show, the only show I really love that I'm doing now currently. But I'm a little tired today for some reason, lightheaded and so on. But let me see here. Let's admit all. Okay, here they come, folks. Oh, there's Charlie Wallace, and there's Scott Boddicker, and there's Paul Levin, and there's Marjorie Miller, and there's Len LaFrisco, and there's Francine Witt, and let's see, who else? Andrew Deutsch, uh, and we're still waiting for Scott Boddicker to come through. But anyway, so oh, here comes some more. Admit all. Mandy O'Brien and Mike Chisholm. Oh wow, we got a whole bunch of people here today, don't we? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. How are you all? Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yep. Yeah, quiet. Nice.
Yeah.
How was your
Yes.
how was your $350 dinner?
Try 500
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, I figured
because you forgot there's a tip.
right.
And it was 175 a piece. Then there's the tax. Then there's the tip, and
Yeah,
it came to 480.
what a deal.
But well, I'll tell you something. I think Marjorie will agree with me on this. It was worth every penny.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
that good. You know. Who owns that restaurant? Danny Meyer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Meyer owns the restaurant. It was hello to, well, yeah, everybody. Okay. See if anybody else wants to join us as well. But anyway, so it was a good expensive Thanksgiving, I mean, we could have gone to McDonald's.
The McTurkey.
McTurkey. Yeah.
Hey,
What?
Mandy, are you there?
Yeah.
3 years ago today.
I saw.
wow.
Aw. Yeah, I've been getting my memories pop up. That's when I went to Cabo, like yesterday.
Happy anniversary.
I can't believe it's been 3 years.
I know. I
Isn't
can't.
that crazy?
That's really
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's Jeff and Pamela, who is his tech rep. Tech support. Hello, Jeff.
You're still muted.
Wait a minute, your mic isn't on, I guess.
You're muted.
Let's see here. I can ask to unmute.
No, he's on. Oh, now he's muted again.
Now he's muted again.
No, he's
He was
He
still
had it off. He had it off.
asked to unmute.
Unmute.
No.
I think you guys are hitting the button at the same time. He's devastated. He read the letter that Pete Hegseth's
There
mother
you
wrote
go.
about him.
There we go. What?
He was devastated. He read the letter that Pete Hegseth's mother wrote about him, so he doesn't want to talk. You should see the one she wrote about me.
Well, I'll tell you, I feel very, very good today because I got a what do you call it, amnesty from the president.
Did you now?
I just couldn't figure out what I did wrong. That's all. Listen,
Pardon me? What?
I love, I mean, I don't think this is political. I love seeing all these people griping about him pardoning his son.
Yeah.
And his son, if he hadn't pardoned him, been so taken advantage of by a weaponized Justice Department under Trump
Mhm.
that he had to do this. He couldn't leave him to that guy deciding what they were going to do with the Hunter Biden case. So, but you can't do anything about it. Well, but we can't do anything about Trump's cases either. So stop complaining.
I think what Biden ought to do is pardon Trump for one of the crimes he hasn't been indicted for yet.
Yeah.
You pardon him for violation of the Logan Act.
Yeah. Well,
Just to-
is there a possibility that Biden is going to pardon Trump?
No.
Oh, God, no.
I think he's going to blanket pardon almost all of the targets the same way that Ford pardoned Nixon, and say the country needs to move forward. Enough of this. The guy who was going to weaponize the government just got elected, and I'm not going to let him do it. So I pardon all of these people for any kind of crimes that may or may not have happened.
Yeah, that was
Jack Smith,
somebody's suggestion. You think that's really going to happen?
Well, it was my suggestion, but I don't have his phone number anymore. He hung up on me after Pete Hegseth read my letter.
Yes. The president can only pardon crimes that are federal.
Yes.
Yeah.
He can't pardon local crimes.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get a pardon. I've never committed a federal crime.
That's too bad. I want to hear a story about how a president pardoned somebody's parking tickets. I think that would be amazing.
Oh, you got
I'd
some
love to
parking
read
tickets,
that
Mike?
story.
He can't help you. You're in Canada.
Well, I just love everybody. I'm watching this. Marjorie has MSNBC on for God knows what reason. And all these people are like left and right griping about what Biden did, and come on.
Are they really on MSNBC? They're griping
He
about
just
them?
let Trump off the hook for everything. So, come on, who's Hunter Biden for crying out loud? In history, he will never be remembered, So, and if he were your son, would you do it?
I've already done it.
Of course you would have done it. Who can blame a father for pardoning his son if he can do it? Now let's see who else he pardons. What I would do if I was president.
Carter pardoned. Was it Carter who pardoned a brother?
Who, Billy?
Alcoholic.
Yeah,
Hmm?
Billy.
Really? He pardoned
Billy Carter.
Yeah.
Right. It's his brother. Right.
Pardoned him for making Billy beer. Stuff was gross.
He should have been arrested for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just funny seeing the reaction of everybody, considering what's been going on. It's just like it's only Hunter Biden, who, by the way, was let go of these charges by the Justice Department, and then somebody ran in and tried to push it forward again.
Yep.
So he had made a deal already with the government that he would admit his guilt, pay the money he owed and the fines and so on and so forth, and he would be then not pardoned, but they would not proceed any further. And then they went back on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Justice Department was really being unfaithful to its pledge that once they make a deal, they stick with it. So everybody should remember that.
I think it's great because now Hunter can get on.
What?
I said now he can get on with his career as a repairman at a laptop store. So
Right. That's right. That's right. Oh boy. That must be really hard to be like a president's son or daughter. You're always expected to live up to this standard that you can't live up to. You remember what was it? Was it Nixon's daughters that had all kinds of trouble?
who, Tricia?
Yeah.
She's doing all right.
Or was it the Bush daughters?
Bush daughters, yeah.
Yeah. Bush daughters
Alcohol.
who had problems. I mean, it can't be easy to live up to that, What the hell?
Well, think about the abuse that Jimmy Carter's daughter and Clinton's daughter took when they were in the
Yeah.
amount of just cruel shit that both of them had to put up with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, they turned out okay in the end, but they were kids, and you're going through that whole kid thing. And in growing up during that, it's not an easy thing to do. Although the Obama kids turned out okay, didn't they?
So far.
Indeed.
So far. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a little late for them to get into trouble. Okay.
Well, one of them got caught smoking weed when he was in office.
Oh, yeah. Well, big deal.
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
Who I never got caught.
Now everybody's smoking weed, So anyway, so here we go. We're coming towards the end of the year. In another 16 days, I will hit my, oh God,
Mid-80s.
Start counting
On the
backwards. Alex.
birthday.
my 85th birthday. Are you having a big party for me, Marjorie?
It's a surprise.
It's like dinner tonight. It's a surprise.
Exactly.
There on my birthday going, hey, we're not doing anything for my birthday. Surprise.
Right.
The surprise is this year I'm not coming out of a cake for you.
Oh, okay. Why did you lose your boxer shorts?
Was I supposed to wear boxers?
I don't. It's just, but anyway, so here I am in my 85th year, and I every day I wake up and I go, I'm still here, huh?
It's a good thing.
What the
Do you really? Do you really wake up in the morning and go, okay, I'm still here? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You read
I
the
wake up,
obits,
my
make sure your name's
default-
on it?
Well,
When
when
I'm
I was a young
space-
kid, you were taught a prayer was like, dear God, blah, 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 guard me while I sleep. If I should die before I wake, however that prayer went. Oh, my soul to take. God will my soul to take. And so that is a rather negative prayer to start off life with.
It's not a Jewish prayer.
Huh?
No.
It's not a Jewish prayer.
I made up my own little prayer, okay? And I've been saying it every day practically of my life before I go to bed. I don't know if you know that. It's silly because I'm an atheist, but nevertheless, I do that. And I have been saying it. And the other day I was thinking about it and I started tearing it down because now it's become just rote to me where I just blah, 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 blah. And it's just a blur of words that I have to get in order. Otherwise, it isn't my prayer.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I keep adding to it. Like I add Shecky to it and I added Christy to it. And then I added friend Steve to it and so on as the years have gone on. But in the early part of it, it's a bunch of cats that I own that are in the prayer. And one of them is, and my special friend. And I thought about that the other night and I went, who the hell was my special friend? I don't even remember why I put that in there. And I'm thinking maybe it was a catch-all for anybody who was my friend, so anyway.
Alex, that is really, really sweet. That's really sweet.
I find it sad.
What do you
All
mean?
right. Well,
Wait-
you say
wait-
potato.
wait a minute, hold on a second. He thinks it's sweet, right? And you think it's sad, Marjorie.
I do.
Really? Because, then I'll take you out of the prayer.
You got all your cats in there.
I
Huh?
was
You listed all your cats in your prayer.
When I was a kid, that's all that mattered to me were my cats.
The
Well, they're
love
still
that you
there.
have for a pet is that like it was Shecky's birthday yesterday and or the day before, whatever it was. And it's like I love that every day there's somebody who throws up something out to the universe for him. And those cats back in the day. That's really, really sweet that you do that, Alex. That's really I find it sweet.
The cats? Yeah. Yeah.
But
All
Mike,
of it.
And some of
Mike-
the cats I had later on too that I added to.
but Mike, his special friend was a serial killer.
Well,
It was Charlie Manson.
Oh, Charlie
He
Manson.
just-
God bless Charlie Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that-
He called him Charlie. Everyone else, Charles, but he was buddies. So.
I think it was Chuck Manson. You
Yeah.
know, used to go down and throw some darts with Chuck down at the old Legion there. Chuck Manson.
But you think it was terrible that I named my cats Marjorie?
In your prayer,
Yeah.
it's sad
Why is it sad?
because you have no people in there.
Oh, no, no, I do later on. You see, here's what happened. Those cats and stuff were added to that prayer when none of my friends were dying. Okay. I was in my teens and in my 20s. And what friends were dying, all that was dying that meant anything to me in my life were my cats. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Or is it still sad? And then I added you once I met you and married you. And
That's
let's see.
sad.
What?
Sad for who?
I'm just saying, bless. All right, I'm gonna knock you out of there.
No, I want to stay in there.
Huh?
I want to stay in your prayers.
Is she before or after the cats?
I'm sorry I even admitted this because now it's going to cause a world of hurt because guys like Edward Berger are going to say, well, you didn't use me.
That's right.
That's
Hey,
Well,
can
I
I ask
have,
Edward Berger a question?
Wait a minute. Well, one from you, and then I'll go to Jeff. What?
Oh,
Sure.
no, go to Jeff first. I'll ask Edward after. You go to Jeff.
Remember what it was.
I will. Oh, I won't
Okay.
forget
My
this one.
age, I would forget.
Well,
Okay,
So
Jeff.
I am going to a nicer place where it's a little warmer, and I'm going to take my time way down there. And I can still call and all of that. But I was going to say, you and your wife could come and visit us and even hang out at this place. However, you won't show up because you hate Florida.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So think about it. If you really can reopen up your brain and be more flexible, and you
And
wanna
also
come out
down
of
there,
Florida.
2 out of 3 people are an asshole.
What happens to that ratio when you go down there?
What?
What happens to the ratio if you go down there?
That'd be great.
Oh,
Get extra
You,
place.
you fix the ratio a little bit.
how long are you going down there for?
Well, for maybe 5 months.
5 months.
Wow.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's right.
in Canada, we would call you a snowbird.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't blame you after that Buffalo San Francisco game last night.
God.
No more buffaloes for me.
I would not want to be up north right now.
really?
You don't want to be a 49ers fan either.
Here now.
How could you play in that? It was a blizzard. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I watched them yesterday. They got a bunch of people in Buffalo to like brush off the stadium.
The seats. The seats.
Seats.
Yeah.
And the aisles and everything. And I'm thinking, who wants to even volunteer for that?
Those are sports fans. Those
Good
are the
job,
real
right?
sports fans right there.
They pay them
What
20
we're
bucks an
committed.
hour, give them hot coffee, they give them
Yep.
lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do okay.
Well,
And they feel like they're part of the process.
Don
Part of
Gillard
the
should
team.
know how cold it is here right now. But then again, he doesn't go out at all. So how would he know?
Yeah, I wanted to surprise you on your birthday. That's not today.
You're in Buffalo.
Well, do you want to take a rain check?
What day is your birthday?
What day is my birthday this year? Oh, here, I got a calendar here. It's on a Wednesday. It's the 18th.
I could be on tour that day.
Sure.
You're on your lecture circuit, right?
No, it's just a chair.
Oh boy.
He's busy.
You wait a minute. So you wanted to say something,
Mike.
Mike Chisholm.
Oh, Edward. Okay. Random question out of nowhere, but it may lead to something. Are you friends with Henry Bushkin?
I'm on Facebook with him, but I don't know him.
You don't know him? Okay.
No, yeah, not
Okay.
personally.
Henry Bushkin was the lawyer.
But yeah, for Johnny Carson.
Carson's lawyer, yeah.
Yeah.
Bombastic Bushkin.
Bombastic Bushkin. Okay. Well, I'm trying to get a hold of him, and I saw that you were friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, but being friends with Facebook doesn't mean nothing.
Okay. I got you.
You want his number?
Oh,
It's
I'm
7.
falling for it. I've already reached out, but I just thought if there was somebody else who knew him, and I have got a couple of people who are going to be doing this, but I thought Edward Berger, do you know Bushkin?
Is Bushkin still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must be if you're trying to get a hold of him. Otherwise, it's a rather futile attempt.
Hey, Bushkin, Mike wants to talk to you. All right. He's not available.
As soon as he gets me out of my traffic ticket, I'll let you know.
So anyway, so Marjorie, did you enjoy dinner the other night? I forgot
I
that.
did. It was the best.
Lemon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What'd you have?
You know, it was really fun though, is when I got the bill. Okay, fine.
You're talking about Thanksgiving dinner?
Yep. And it goes 20%. So I hit 20%, right? And I suddenly realized she's going to make off of me that night $80. And that weren't the only people at our table. There were 2 more people who we split the check with.
Yeah, but do they pool it? Or does she go directly to her?
In those restaurants, usually they give a percentage of their money to the what do you call it?
The
kitchen staff, the wait staff, all that.
Yeah. But they get to keep a large portion of that. But think of it, between the 4 of us, she walked away with $160.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be a great waiter. Oh, I wish that you'd come to my table.
Terrific waiter, yes.
Were they nice?
So what do you want? And hurry up.
Let's talk about Trump.
No.
You would either get a really big tip or no tip. There would be nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
It would just be.
Well, I got to leave at least 20%. When I was growing up, it was always 15. And then all of a sudden it became 20. Actually, at one time, I think it was 10, if I'm not mistaken. My father told me, you always tip. Even if you didn't like the service, you tip. So I always tip.
I'm a believer in that too.
And Marjorie, it's getting dark in there, Marjorie. Why don't you wait a minute, hold on a second. Don't do anything. Don't do anything.
No, I don't want the bedroom. No, Alex. I'm putting this on.
Don't. Oh, okay. You don't want the other one?
No.
No.
Echo, turn on bedroom light.
Echo, turn off
nice.
bedroom.
Well done. Well played, sir.
Oh, you're going to play with me, Marjorie?
Stop it.
Okay. Show you how old I'm getting. The other night, I was trying to turn some light on in here.
Oh.
And I forgot what I called the thing. Yeah. And I forgot that we call it echo. I can't say it loudly because
Don. Don.
Echo, bring Alex's meds.
What happened to you?
What happened to Giller?
Echo, turn on Don Giller's light.
No, wait a minute. It's midnight blue.
Worked.
You're a little bit
Echo,
there.
turn off bedroom.
I just said Don Giller.
Yeah, what happened here?
Well, apparently it thinks your bedroom light is Don Giller. Anyway. Anybody else have the same thing in their home?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
I have light switches.
Yeah, me too.
What are they?
Yeah.
How do those work?
Mm-mm.
We don't have electricity.
I think it's remarkable in your own house that you have to be careful of what you say. That is this
Yeah.
what we come to? What? Yeah, you have to monitor yourself. You know,
It's bad enough my stupid cell phone keeps answering me when I'm not even talking to it.
Yeah.
Well, my watch, I get messages, as I say, from my oven. Telling yes, telling
there was a time when we would take that really seriously and call a doctor.
no, but you would say,
Yeah.
you get a message at dinner, is that?
I mean, I once knew a lady that thought the radiator spoke to her, and she was schizophrenic, and today she wouldn't be. That's amazing.
Wait a minute, now you're from Philadelphia, right?
What's that got to do with it? You got a problem with that?
Radiator.
Radiator. Yeah.
What's that metal thing that sends up heat? What's it called?
What?
The big metal thing that sends up heat, that gives heat to the room. What's it called?
The radiator, but I know to call it the radiator. I know what you're after.
You
Right after that stereotype.
Radiator.
Radiator. A radiator doesn't radiate.
You have a bad attitude.
How about what is a heat
We
exchanger?
were watching 60 Minutes last night, and they had on Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
And she was talking about having to speak with a Philadelphia accent.
Really?
Yeah.
She say the I's were pronounced? They were pronounced differently.
Like
Yeah.
IA.
IA?
It's pronounced like IA instead of I.
Well, I mean, if you say nice, how's that pronounced?
Nice.
But
Nice.
nice.
I don't know. Marjorie's used to not talking to me any longer. So.
That 60
good.
Minutes,
Good.
that was good last night.
What?
I said I enjoyed 60 Minutes last night. Notre
Mhm.
Dame is amazing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, we were right outside it. Yeah.
I'm going in May. I can't wait.
You might have to wait a long time to get in. That's going to be a long line for about a year.
Yeah,
Easily.
I would imagine.
Easily.
Yeah. We should have just tried to run in, Marjorie. Just,
Yeah. Over the wall that they had built.
They've
We
really
had to come bail you out.
they've done an amazing job with it.
They have.
But they've cleaned everything up too. So maybe the fire was a good thing, It forced them to take it and with old buildings like that, they simply keep them up to snuff, But when
Oh, you're talking about the church. I thought you were talking about. You said Notre Dame, didn't you?
Yeah, that's
talking
it.
about
I thought you were talking about
football team.
football.
That's it too.
Honest to God,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it too. Mhm.
you did too.
Yep, yep.
There was
whoops.
a picture on 60 Minutes about
Well, because we were talking about the Bills, the stadium. So it just, yeah.
It's, what is it, Monday? Is it, or the 8th is the date? The date is
The 8th.
the 8th?
No, not today.
Then that's
Today's
Sunday.
the second. Today's the second.
Yeah, it's a Sunday. They're going to
Yeah, they're gonna open it up after
open it up.
years or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's
I wonder if they're going to have tickets
it's
up
not
front.
completed, but it's completed enough that they can say, come on in, take a look at it. It looks beautiful.
It did look beautiful. Wow.
When you think of all these various things in Paris, I mean, like you got the Eiffel Tower and you got Notre Dame Cathedral and you've got the museums like the Louvre and the Musée d'Orsay. I mean, it's incredible what you can do in that town. You just go there. We should have gone for at least a week, Marge.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
5 days with 2 of them sleeping, it just doesn't work.
Or go over business class so you can sleep on the way.
No, unless they wake you up because they got to find a doctor in the house.
Right.
And then when they did that, they turned all the lights on in the plane, and who was going back to sleep after that?
Yeah.
So it was we really wish if we had gotten that much sleep, we maybe only would have slept one day.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so anybody here planning on going on any interesting vacations?
Going to Puerto Vallarta in January, Paris in May, Vegas in March. So yeah, a few things.
Buffalo
Paris,
tomorrow.
May.
Going to Vegas?
What's that?
Do you enjoy going to Vegas?
You know, I'm not a big super fan, but I'm going to fly the flight simulator again, which I do every year or two. The real full motion commercial airliner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love
I keep
that.
trying to convince Marjorie that we should go there because I felt she should at least see it once in her life because
I have no desire.
it's the
Yeah, my wife hates it too.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, the worst thing that happened to me is I used to have to go there for 5 days because I would go for conventions that we were doing business with, okay? And I would go and spend 5 days in Vegas. That's too much.
that is too much.
5 days, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days is fine.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a silly little city where, where else are you going to see the Eiffel Tower right next to King Arthur's castle?
Yeah, across from a pyramid.
Yeah, right next to a pyramid. It's the silliest city in America. But I don't gamble. Well, the main reason is that a true gambler, enjoys losing. Okay, it's a thrill for them either way. They win, hey, yay! I lost. Oh well, but you get that same rush,
I find it entertaining to sit at a blackjack table and just look around, see what's going on. You lose a few bucks, you win a few bucks. I like it.
I don't like losing money. That's why I don't play. I mean, I will do the slot machines. I was always there, me and the little old ladies at the slot machines, right?
No, those have changed. Everybody plays the slots now.
Why?
You can make some money playing a slot, and they used to be a nickel or a dime or a quarter. Now they call them penny machines, but you need 5 or 6 or 8 bucks to play them. So you can win some money. I won
I won
$1,000.
$2,000 once on a slot machine.
There you go.
And then I took that money and I got myself $50 coins, I think it was. And I went into the room where they had the big high-paying machines, the big ones, high prices. So I had to put $50 into the machine. But I figured I got 2,000. Let's spend them 500 putting money into these machines, and I made another 2,000-3,000.
There you go.
Those things pay off better than the other ones do.
They do.
Yeah. So
I have to leave in 7 minutes to go pick up my granddaughter. I'm super curious if anybody on this panel has watched the new Beatles doc.
The what?
The new Beatles documentary.
I watched the one about the spiders and the cockroaches, but not the Beatles.
The new Beatle documentary, the one that's on
the India one?
Plus? No, I haven't.
Canada, it's on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. No.
Hulu down there. Yeah. It's very good.
I have a fun fact for you. If anybody
What?
watches Netflix trashy stuff, there's a show called Later Daters.
What? What's it called?
Later Daters, and it's about people that in their senior years, like going on blind dates, trying to find love. And apparently, I had not heard about this before last night. I just happened upon it, clicked on it, started watching it. Turns out it was filmed here in Atlanta.
Of course.
Right here. And the first lady they highlighted, I could tell she lived at Lake Lanier. I could just tell. I was like, that's a Lake Lanier person. I could just tell. And she went on her first date, and y'all not gonna believe this. The guy she went out with, I matched with him. like
No
years ago,
way.
and like talked to him a little bit. His name was Frank.
You matched with him?
I matched with him, and like we exchanged some texts, but we never went out. But there he was in all his glory, Frank, the lawyer that I never.
How
what was
old
the
is he?
He's like 63 now. So I do remember he was like, you know,
Okay.
like 5 years
But
old.
he's older than you are.
Yeah, but like 5 years, not terrible. But I was like, what the heck? Look at Frank going on reality TV
On that show.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, from executive producer Michelle
Oh,
Obama?
you're kidding me. Really?
Really?
Wow.
No.
Is it Michelle Obama really?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
That's so funny. But yeah, Atlanta. Because somebody's already, like one of my friends already
They've
sent
really
me a
lowered their
TikTok.
television standards, haven't they? I mean, you know, Barack's out there doing documentaries on animals in the wilds,
Exactly.
and
These
she's
are animals in the wild.
teenagers who are over age or something.
Yeah.
Well, how old is he? He's only in his 60s then, right?
He was, I think it said he was 63, but I do remember he was like 5 years
Oh,
old.
they were brave with that show and did a thing called Later Daters that would get somebody like Marjorie or myself.
Michelle is one of 9 executive producers. She's not the only one.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But I just watched the one episode, or I actually turned it off. I watched part of it, but I mean, it looks like it'd be pretty cute. But just the fact that there's another guy they've highlighted, and somebody sent me a funny like TikTok where they've already highlighted him, and where the coach, she's like some Harvard psychologist, she's coaching all these people, and she's like, "You have not been married for 12 years. You've been single and alone. So tell me, what's the things that are stopping you?" And he said, 3 words: Metro Atlanta traffic. He said, "Are you going to let that stop you from finding love?" And he went, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Like, truth, man. Whenever I was on the dating apps, it would be like, are we geographically compatible?
So if they were on the other side of Atlanta, they weren't.
Right. It would be maybe 16 miles, but that was like an hour drive.
Yeah.
So you were going on dating apps, right?
Yeah, but that was back like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex, we met on a dating app.
Yes, I know. That's why I don't like dating apps.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So we met on JDate.
Yeah.
How long was it after you met me that you quit JDate?
She's still on there.
By the way, Marjorie, I'll pick you up at 7.
She had a 5-year agreement.
Yeah. Well, actually, we should have one for old Jews called Alta Kaka Date. It's a very Jewish joke. I'm sorry to the rest of you Gentiles who don't. And see, Scott does not know what that joke means.
Walter Cocker.
I just love Yiddish words, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Is spatula a Yiddish word? If not, it should be.
Yeah, you're right.
No, it's not a Jewish word, but it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It should be.
Yeah.
Got a bad case of spatula.
It's
Oh, and with that, I gotta go. Hey, everybody, look at the time. I gotta get up here.
Go see your what? Your
Anti-Semite.
granddaughter? Is it your?
Granddaughter.
Okay.
They kept on talking about Trump's Trump hired his daughter's father-in-law, right, for some position. He appointed him to some position. So I said, isn't that the Makatenister? Is that right?
What?
Isn't that his
ambassador to France?
Yeah, him, ambassador.
It's Kushner's dad, the crook.
Right.
Yeah.
So isn't that Trump's Makatenister? Am I right about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I thought.
don't know the term.
I said I would love for them to just say it's Makatenister.
Well,
That's an in-law family for you. Al.
Right.
I don't know how you don't know
what
this.
I understood that applied to the Kushners was the word sinister. No, yeah, he wants to make him the ambassador to France. Well, there goes our next vacation, Marjorie.
They're gonna make him pay for his meals before they're served.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You know, we found in France you couldn't get a bad meal. At least it wasn't like we were looking for one, but we were going to just local, easy to walk to restaurants, and they were all really yummy. That one bistro we would go to, the Opera Bistro, I think it was called.
I want to sit out there and have a croissant, a cup of coffee, and look at the Eiffel Tower.
We did not have a single croissant while we were there.
I did.
Wow.
Really?
I had it downstairs in the hotel. I had breakfast while he was still sleeping.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Robert Croissant.
Robert Croissant.
Oui, monsieur.
Boy. Yeah. Well, the reason I'm talking so much about our Paris vacation was that I can take it off on my taxes now.
Right.
I used to do that. I'd go to another country and I'd do some audio over there or something, bring it back, and my business manager would take it off my my expenses, my taxes, whatever. But anyway, so we're coming up on the deadly Christmas thing.
I'm already sharpening my candy canes, Alex, for that war on Christmas.
Well, I keep going. There's a war on Christmas. What war on Christmas? Nobody's out to ruin Christmas. The only people who've ruined Christmas are the merchandisers of Christmas.
Isn't it amazing that yesterday Amazon declared that it was the best year they've ever had, and 2 weeks ago the economy was in a shambles, according to who. So what's the deal? This economy is great right now, and they were able to tell people it wasn't good, and they freaking believed it. I don't understand.
I didn't mention this to Marjorie, but I got a thing from my Fidelity account, which this guy is now administering.
Yeah.
And in just one of the accounts in the last period, which I guess maybe was this quarter.
Last quarter.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Last
means.
quarter, probably.
A period. What's a period in? I know what a period is with a woman, but I don't know what it is with the finances.
Usually
quarter.
Q1,
2, 3, and 4.
And this quarter's still going on, so it couldn't have been this quarter.
This is Q4.
It said so far this quarter.
Oh, this quarter. Okay.
Yeah, this quarter. I've made $15,000.
Yeah, I made at
That's not
least.
the economy so bad.
Yeah.
Marjorie, we've made $15,000.
The NASDAQ is up 28% for the year, the Dow 19. I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We had like 80 million people traveling for Thanksgiving.
The only people,
Right.
the only people who were complaining about the economy were people who weren't vested in the stock market.
No.
Yeah.
Or weren't paying attention to any of the other indicators.
Yeah.
But those people were still buying a whole bunch of stuff over the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, they were convinced bacon and eggs were more expensive. So
Well, I didn't buy anything. Okay. Because I know they're going to have another sale in another week.
Yep.
I know they're going to have another sale in the week after that. And by the way, if you can get your people who you're supposed to buy gifts for and say, I'll give it to you next week.
Yeah.
And you
give it to them on the
after Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Oh man, are you going to get bargains you never believe?
Yep.
Because they have to get everything off their shelves. Correct me if I'm wrong. By when? By December 31st?
31st, yeah,
31st?
this year.
And so they have to, all the stores have to empty their shelves because what's ever left on those shelves, they have to pay taxes on.
Yep. That's right.
well, it depends on what their fiscal year is.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can't even figure
Oh,
out.
is that how it works? I thought it was annual
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, businesses choose when their fiscal year ends.
Yeah.
In 1974, I worked at a record store in San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was in May. We were all told to pack like 60% of the records that were in the bins to understock, and for the purpose of taxes, because after that, accountants came in and they're inventorying the place, and they're told that all of the boxes of records in understock were to be returned, so they shouldn't include them.
Wow.
And then after they were finished, we unloaded the understock and put them back in the bins.
That's great.
Wow.
How much time did you end up doing?
What, can I?
Yeah.
What record store was that?
Is that Tower Records?
I refuse to answer on grounds that it might incriminate me.
Well, exactly.
Well, if it was Tower Records, they're not in business anymore.
Yeah, no, it was at Warehouse. It was one of the warehouse chain stores.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the record warehouse or something it was called.
Just the Warehouse.
The warehouse. Yeah.
I did know people who worked at Tower, so, and yeah, there was stuff happened that someone said I don't think the statute of limitations is over.
What I hated about Tower Records is one time there was who was this singer? She was in the movie Butterfly. I'm trying to remember the actress. Oh God, what was her name? But anyway, she was a terrible actress. But then she put out a record, and it was terrific.
Yeah, Pia Zadora.
That's who it was.
Pia Zadora.
She was married at one time, to Ronnie Lott, and was Pia Lott.
Is this home? Is this The Simpsons?
Oh man.
But anyway, Pia Zadora. So I went into Tower Records like around 11 o'clock at night, because you could go in there anytime, 24 hours a day practically. And I say, can you tell me where I can find Pia Zadora? And the guy went, this guy wants Pia Zadora's album. Everybody's staring at me like I'm from a third world or something. And he said, oh, it's over there. And I went over there and I got it. And I came up to the counter and I handed it to this guy. And he goes, you going to buy that?
I would put the Barry
and I looked
Sandler
at it
Battle of Green Berets album in the comedy section.
Yes, right. But anyway, I said, yes, I'm going to buy it. And by the way, you're only ringing up records. You're not making them. Okay. I mean, these guys behind the counters always felt they were in show business for some reason. I'm selling records, therefore I'm in show business.
The Tower Records in San Francisco, this was on Bay and Columbus, on the northeast corner of San Francisco. In the back room, people would return defective records or however they were defective. And in the back room, they would reseal these records and sell them again.
Oh boy, that was a big store. A lot of I would go in there and I would spend hours.
I'll tell you some stories when we're offline.
Yeah. Well, those were the days when I had really a lot of money, and I would go in there. I'd walk out spending $200-300 on records. And by the way, they were only $5.95 at the time.
Yeah.
See, the difference is you paid for them.
Yeah, well, that's where all my money went. That and laser discs. I bought a lot of laser discs. Marjorie did too. Boy, that was a good investment, wasn't it?
I gave them all away.
I sold mine, believe it or not. Got some guy to buy them all. Yeah.
Sold them to Shecky.
No, he still had his.
I know.
He didn't get rid of his.
Well,
Yeah.
of course not.
But anyway, so I mean, it's So you worked at a record store, son of a bitch. And now look what you're doing.
What am I doing?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm sure you are too. So,
Oh yeah, you were talking about waking up and being thankful you're alive. I
yeah.
wake up and I think, oh damn it, I'm still here.
Yeah, well, we say the same thing about you. So
Oh, so much for that birthday surprise.
oh boy. Well, no, don't go on me. I'm sick and tired of people. I know.
No, as long as it's about you, that's what matters.
Huh?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I said nothing.
As long as it doesn't happen to me.
No. Oh
What-
yeah, of course. If it doesn't happen to you, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm thinking, gee, I hope I live to be 100, and then I go, but if I feel like I feel right now, man, that's going to be terrible.
My
You know?
dad lived to be 100, and it's really not worth it.
Your dad lived to be 100?
Yeah,
My mother lived to be 100.
they once saw each other.
What?
We're on that show that's on.
Yeah.
At the Lincoln inauguration or what?
Where is that old people dating show? Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, she's at Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, wait a minute. Mandy?
Yeah.
Was that on Netflix, that show?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I should know that because Michelle Obama has a production deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Netflix. She and Barack.
Hey guys, I'm going to say bye. I'm so busy. I was in an accident last week and I've been dealing with all that crap with my car.
Oh no.
And now
You
my
all
boss wants me to deal with like 45 checks. So I got to go because then I got to go.
Okay, are you hurt?
Quickly,
Bye.
before you go.
Are you okay?
Before you go.
Yes, I'm
What
fine.
what
My
kind-
car got totaled, but I'm fine. I
Oh
just,
no.
Wow.
it's such a pain in the butt.
Well, your hair is all
We're
curly.
not seeing you take off in your car today.
No, I'm in a rental car. I'm in a Chevy Malibu today.
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay. Are they going to fix it or are they going to replace it?
No, it's total. My car was 15 years old. So,
Wait, and it
Wow.
was totaled and you're still here?
well, he rear-ended it. I was rear-ended on the expressway in like rush hour traffic Wednesday, and it's so old. I mean, it wasn't drivable. I mean, he pretty smacked it. So,
How'd you get home?
my friend came and picked me up on the side of the highway
Wow.
and took me to the rental car place. So I was lucky because they
to
were
the
all about to
hospital at
close,
all to
and they would have
say-
been closed the next day. So
You
yeah,
didn't have any injuries or anything?
huh?
You didn't have any injuries or anything?
I had a headache the next day. I was a little stiff, and I have a bruise on my leg somehow. I think who knows, but I'm fine.
What about the guy who rear-ended you? Is he dead?
No, no, but he hit another car. Like he hit me, and then he was moving, and he sideswiped somebody else. So
Oh, he's
Poor
going to
thing.
have a real insurance bill, isn't he?
yeah, I feel bad. He's like a young kid. I feel kind of bad.
Don't feel bad for somebody who rear ends you.
Yeah,
I know. He was like, I'm so sorry. You know, he went on and on.
I
So
want to see the police body cam on this.
it's Georgia State Patrol. They don't play, man. They had their wide brimmed hat on and his big, vest on, and
Oh.
also
anyway,
more traffic. But
you have a nice week. Okay.
Thank you. I apprciate it. It's just, how it's just a pain. I have
Happy
to.
anniversary.
And we'll see you at
Yes,
Alex's
happy
birthday.
Cabo anniversary.
You'll be good.
But I'll see y'all next week.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, next week, right before I do the show here, I'm going to be at Mount Sinai getting my every 4-month checkup with my leukemia guy, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think I have nothing much has changed. I've get some bruises occasionally, but that's about it, and that could be from bumping into stuff. So
I've been spending
they
the
checked all the
last
blood
2
work.
weeks.
They stick me in like I'm, with all kinds of needles and get all kinds of blood. And what's great about it is my doctor sits in his office, and of course he waits for the results because they send him to the lab right upstairs. And then they just do these blood tests, and I guess they do them really fast, and they keep coming back, and he looks at them, and as he releases them in his office, because he has to release them for me to see them, they all come through on my watch.
Jesus.
While I'm sitting there waiting for him to come in.
Wow. Wow.
Well, your blood work looks okay. I said, I know it doesn't.
Right.
But you know, I keep worrying that every time I go, one time he's going to say, you know, you've only got 3 weeks to live. You know, but
How would you spend it if you knew that you had that little time left?
if I had that little time left,
Yeah.
well, I used to say I would be spending it masturbating, but forget it, not anymore.
That costs nothing.
Yeah.
I do. I'd probably be sitting there getting very depressed about it. I don't think I would use the last, let's say if he said I had 3 hours to live, that I would spend those 3 hours suddenly doing something wonderful and having fun and going out and having the best dinner I ever had or anything like that. I'd be sitting there going, oh my God, I'm going to die. You know, so.
You wouldn't dance to YMCA.
No, I wouldn't do that. You know.
You could come on the show and, you know, right at the moment it's going to happen, say something like, you know, if I'm lying, may God strike me dead.
You finally be able to monetize a video.
That's all, folks.
Well, he doesn't say I'm ever going to die from this. I'm going to die with it. Okay, so
I think that Edward Berger should be the last one to kind of usher you out. That would be cool.
I want Edward Berger to speak at my funeral.
That's right.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
By the way, what date are we going to see you on Price is Right?
Oh, it's coming up. The best 2 shows will be the day after Christmas and the 26th and 27th. Those are.
What side of the studio were you sitting on? Where were you?
Oh, wait a second. I was the first show. I was on the right, so it'd be on the left, and they called somebody in my row, so you should be able to see me.
We're looking at the screen, right?
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be on the left side of the screen.
In the back or closer?
Yeah, kind of like in the middle.
Okay.
Are you wearing a hat and headsets?
Yeah, no headset.
Will it be a guy who looks like you?
What does your price tag say? Edward?
Yeah, my name tag. Yeah.
Or did you just use Ed or something?
No, well, the official rule is you have to use what's on your license.
So you used Alex.
You have to. Did they tell you to use what's on your license?
Yeah, that's right. It has to be your. The rule is supposed to be your official name.
Okay.
Does yours say Bennett?
And the second show, you're on what side?
The second show. Yeah, I forget, but I'm near the front somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tape I'm gonna make copies of those shows because I know where I can get them and try to freeze frame you. and then we'll have it up on the site on our
okay. Oh, good. All right.
You know, and I'll probably blow it up where you are. You know?
All right.
I'm going to use those pictures too, so I can get good seating at restaurants. Tell everybody I know Ed Berger.
That's right.
Can we get some free theater
I
tickets?
gotta go, guys. Bye.
All right, Paula.
I mean, you only got 1 minute left.
Gotta go.
I know, but I gotta go. I'm getting picked up to go to dinner at a very fancy restaurant.
Okay.
She's double parked.
We love you anyway, dear.
Not. Bye.
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 Bye, Paul.
Yeah, looked at the clock and we only had 1 minute left, and Burger's still here. He actually calls the nighttime show just like when we have 1 minute left.
Who does? Giller?
Burger. So I always feel very thrilled when he's here for like the whole hour practically, you know? Well, not Edward Berger, Don Giller.
That's what I'm saying. I said, wow.
Who's
Edward Berger is here 15 minutes before the show goes on.
Well, I test out my microphone. You know.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's working.
And then this one that comes on second usually is Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
the
just
third
turn it
is
on
Julie
when I'm in
Lett.
the office.
And then the rest of you start popping in. Usually Francine's pretty much closer to that. Yeah, and Charlie.
Yeah, it's just
What do you do? Sit there and take fucking attendance or what?
I gotta go. I gotta go sweep off seats in Buffalo. You guys.
No. Anyway,
I gotta go.
Well, look, we can bring this to a close anyway, because it is actually 5 o'clock here. Oh, he just left us. Anybody else want to go?
Yeah, gotta go. Bye.
You want permission?
Yeah, everybody will go. I'll be the only one left. But it's always so much fun. Everybody is just nice to each other. It just gives me so much. There's a good reason for me to be in America when I do this show.
Oh, God, here we go.
Then I stop the show, and it's no reason for me to be in America any longer. Anyway,
Yeah.
Marjorie, thank you so much. What's for dinner
My
tonight?
pleasure. It's a surprise.
No, you say it's always a surprise. That usually means it's from Instacart.
Leftovers.
Leftovers? Leftover what?
It's a surprise.
We had what more?
Alex, you'll see when you see.
I'll see when I see.
Yeah.
Wow. And then she said, look what I cooked for you. And I go, yeah, you got it from Instacart, and all you had to do was warm it up.
Sounds good.
She doesn't
Well,
cook anymore. Just doesn't cook anymore. And she eats. Fantastic cook. She would make these soups and stews and things like that, and they were just unbelievable. And
She did her time. She's done now.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Right.
yeah,
I did my time.
Yeah.
did your time. Charlie, good seeing you. What does your t-shirt say?
Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change.
That leaves us out.
Thank you so much, Francine. With how everything's good, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yep. Len, always wonderful to see you here. As with
Sure.
Edward. Oh, no, excuse me, I gotta wait. Charlene Solis, thank you. We hardly have heard anything from you today, but that's fine.
Well, I could tell you my birthday's coming up too on the 7th, and I'm going to be 70.
Wow.
70?
You're a youngster.
Mere child.
Yeah.
Scott Boddicker. Good seeing you. Where are you? Are you in Texas right now? Or
I'm back. We got home from North Carolina last night, and we went through Georgia in the traffic or Atlanta traffic. So I feel bad for Mandy. It's terrible. It's the worst.
Yeah, and you're the guy who hit her.
No. I'm good.
Jeff, thank you for calling. Nice having you here today. And
We'll see you in Florida, maybe.
huh? Yeah, well, we might
You
surprise.
never know.
You gotta visit Albert too. Hey.
I just might say to Marjorie, you want to go down and see the state I absolutely hate? And I'll show you why. Yeah. And finally, as always, we end the show with a big sign off from Edward Berger, who says,
That's all, folks.
bye bye, everybody. Have a nice week. We'll see you next Monday.
Thanks, Alex.